Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode.
All right, so we are kickstarting the due diligence phase, and there's no bottlenecks or issues, but there's already a couple hiccups just with a few things from the franchisor, some bookkeeping, things to clean up from the seller. And so the honeymoon phase, we're still on the tail end of it, but it's now elbows on the table. We're crawling through the mud, getting through the deal, and trying to get things set up. And it's important to remember why you're doing this business transaction. It's easy to be like, well, this is a mess. This thing is not right. That thing's not right. You said this, I said that, and to start pointing fingers. But you have to remember why you're getting through this. At first, it was to make so much net profit or to pay for our vehicle. But I wanted to get something emotional attached to it. So no numbers, no calculations or whatever. But we realized from this whole endeavor, if we do it right and once we're done, we will have enough for my wife to become a stay-at-home mom. Right now, she works full-time at a hospital and she loves it. It's great. But by owning one gym, we can replace her income. She can stay home with our kids, and we no longer have to pay for daycare, which we're paying almost $5,000 a month on daycare for 3 kids. It is not cheap. And so by having her income replaced by a business that we own, and then she stays home with the kids, her income drops, our expenses drop, and now we've basically have a little cherry on top from the business net profit as we get it up and running from the currently profitable state. From there, once we get a second gym, it's enough for me to consider, one level or another, departing from my day job, which I enjoy. I love my teams. I enjoy my coworkers, but it's also no equity in your work. There's no ownership in the direction. I follow the culture. I don't necessarily dictate the company culture, but I'm on board 99% with what their culture is. And I'm not building a product that I personally have that pride of ownership in. It's a lot of data, a lot of processing, analytics, and metrics, which I'm a math nerd, which is great. But I love to see that personal transformation in people's lives, their career growth, their physical growth, a stronger mindset, spiritual development, and their well-being. And that's where I really get excited. And so remembering, okay, if we get one gym, my wife can be a stay-at-home mom. That's amazing. Our kids can be at home with us, and we can teach our values and pass those on to them. And with the second gym, there's so many options that we could have from there, like traveling, working wherever we want to. We live in Minnesota right now, and maybe we don't want to live here forever. Maybe we want to live somewhere else, like Florida or, I don't know, Missouri. I don't know. We can go wherever, but we're not location dependent once we have the ownership and the businesses are running themselves. Well, mostly running themselves. So that's the big gist of it. I'm a very numbers math kind of person. And so having a net profit or something statistical, it doesn't really remind you why to keep going, but to tell yourself, here's the lifestyle impact. Here's how it's going to change our family history. Here's what we...
This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY due diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.